Once again, it is time for the daily Ethno Guessr game. But the first order of business is some of you have requested that I make a Discord for the channel. And I'm not that familiar with that, and I don't really join Discords for YouTubes and stuff for YouTube channels, so I don't really, I'm not really familiar with how that works. But I made one, and I will link that in the description. Second order of business is that some of you have suggested I drink whiskey mixed with Coke, like Coca-Cola, obviously. And I have done that, and I am on my third drink of it now. So just a little bit tipsy. Um, One of you suggested specifically Pepsi mixed with Jameson, so that will have to be another video. I bought Coke today, and I feel great about the decision to drink Coke, considering that Coca-Cola, the company, had a policy of teaching their employees to be less white. So I'm glad that I could purchase that product. And I encourage you all to purchase Coca-Cola products because of how they had that policy of teaching their employees how to be less white. We should all support Coca-Cola. We should all look up what all the Coca-Cola products are, how many of these other companies they own, because it may be more than you think, and we should all decide to purchase from this company because of this amazing policy they have of teaching their employees to be less white. So the whiskey the whiskey that we drink in this house is Bushmills. I will drink the Jameson though. Um, and I might drink. I'm not. I'll save some of the other drinks for later. I will do the Jameson request another time. But this is Bushmills and Coke, and I've also used some Crown Royal. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's daily Ethno Guessr game. So, okay, immediately. Fuck, this is one of the ones. It looks either Southeast Asian, like around here, or maybe Native American. I think personally it looks more Southeast Asian, but I have to say that anytime I've been torn between those two possibilities, it has been South American, and I've been wrong to guess Southeast Asian. So with that in mind, I think I'm gonna have to guess South American. Something about the woman is kind of does. I feel like the woman looks more Native American than the man. The fact that there's a little bit of doubt, I do think overall they do look pretty similar to like Malaysian or Indonesian, but because there's doubt, I'm gonna guess Amazonian, basically. I'm gonna guess some type of Amazonian about there, I think. Fuck. Okay, I was right about it being a Native American. It was more central than I realized. But yeah, that was a tough one. At least I didn't guess the wrong continent altogether. But the game's already ruined. I feel like this is gonna be a poor representation of this drink or this drink combination. This one I feel like is around there. I think we've had it before. I vaguely remember something like that. It's either that or north of Kazakhstan. Okay, fuck, that didn't count as perfect. It was not central enough in Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan. Okay. Well, not off to the best start, but not also the worst. So this I'm pretty sure is a Polynesian, a Pacific Islander of some sort. I'm just gonna guess Fiji. It might be wrong. Okay, it counted. Yeah. Okay, specifically Fijid or Fijid. Okay, solid guess. I suppose I should explain my reasoning more. This looks kind of similar. Like it's another type of Southeast Asian, like these Pacific Islanders. This is an interesting part of the world. It would did you guys know that Australia used to own this and now they don't anymore? Like imagine if Australia just like kept expanding Australia into Papua New Guinea. I mean, what are we doing with like as a species, what are we doing with this land, right? Like doesn't this not seem like it could be amazing? And like we're kind of just like we just got these people on it. And what are they doing with it? Not much. Anyway, that's just a random thought I had. But I don't know where this guy's from, but I think he's around here. I'm gonna guess like this specific island. Fuck. Okay, that would have been hard to guess, so that makes me feel better because I feel like most people who play this game will have got that wrong. so maybe my score won't be so bad compared to the norm. Honestly, this is a pretty tough one overall so far. Okay, so we're on 5 now. This looks like an Aboriginal Australian. I feel like, I'm not gonna say too much. You might see them on the road having a nap. But okay. I'm gonna just keep it professional. I'm just gonna go Central Australia because I don't know where the fuck this one's from. Let's just hope that's good. Okay, it was Central Australia. This again, that's that primitive Southeast Asian. It's either there or there. I'm gonna go for Malaysia. Okay, that's the one. That's the one I was thinking. Now this is just the classic Native American. The classic, like this guy like okay, I'm not gonna I just feel like I'm thinking too much. I was gonna say this guy invented cigarettes. That was a stupid thought. But this guy like is the guy you want to buy tobacco from. This guy like anyway, this is the classic Native American, the planted, just classic. Um these are what is the word for that again? When there's it's sexual dimorphism where there's and that means the difference between the two sexes. This population has very little sexual dimorphism. The man and the woman look pretty damn similar. I forget what else that's correlated with, but it's an interesting type of phenomenon that I should probably know more about. But I think these are hunter-gatherer populations from around this area. Okay, I wasn't far off, but again, not many perfects many perfects today. Now, this one looks familiar. Looks Middle Eastern, Arabian. I feel like it's either Egyptian or it's Yemen. I think this might be the Yemenid one. I'm just gonna go for Yemen. It was that one. Okay. Um, this one, I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess West Asian or West African. There's been too many of these where I go for these like Cameroon guesses, but a lot. Let's be real. A lot of them are West African. What do I keep saying West? A lot of them are West African, so I'm gonna go for that for my final guess. Maybe the Cameroon guess would have been better. Whatever. My average score is still over 4,000, and I was in the top 3% of today's players, so that's not too bad. Doesn't look like there were too many people who've played this so far yet today. I guess this might have come out somewhat recently. Not entirely satisfied with it, but it's not a bad score. I don't know what to make of the whiskey and Coke. Maybe I need to drink more of it, to be honest. I'm not fully drunk from it. But I'll try it again. I'll try the slight variation of the Pepsi and Jameson, so the Irish whiskey. I've never actually done that, or I might have done that in the past, but not that I can remember. I don't know if I've mixed Irish whiskey with with Coke. I used to mix Jack Daniels with Coke, which I think tastes the best, but then they started associating themselves with specific political ideologies. So I stopped buying Jack Daniels and I switched to Jim Beam, and that was pretty good. That tasted kind of similar to Jack Daniels. And now I can't buy American whiskey at all in our liquor stores. So I do also, I mean, Bushmills is the whiskey we drink in this house. So the Black Bushmills is what I had with that, and it tastes a little bit similar to those American whiskeys. But anyway, I will try the other one in a future video. Feel free to drop any other drink recommendations. Yeah, I will post the Discord link, so join that if you want. But yeah, that is all for now.